you have an incredible life story that has shaped your willingness to serve in your community. Can you tell us how you ended up in Santa Cruz by way of Iran?
Sure. Yeah. I'm going to start with a story that I know you've heard, Ryan, but I don't think our listeners have. And that is a story of, so I'm from Iran. I'm from the north of Iran in a province called Mazandaran, in a small town called Sari, which is about the same size as Santa Cruz, actually, coastal town. You wonder why and I ended up here. Reminds me of my birth home. So I'm going to share a memory, and it's relevant to your question. And my memory is me as a 5-year-old in at the beach with my dad in by our hometown, and I'm with my uncle and my cousin, and this is so I'm 5 years old. This is 1982, just after the Islamic Revolution, and a morality police with his big beard and big gun comes up to my dad and points the gun to my dad and says, "You are unfit to be a father, and you're unfit to be a father because your 5-year-old daughter is wearing a bathing suit, a bikini, cute little pink bikini that I still have to this day." And I remember at that age thinking, well, how come my uncle's not unfit to be a father when my male cousin has less on than I do? And so, you think about these moments that really shape who you are and that shape your values. I didn't know the word equity at the age of 5. I didn't know that word till much later, but I knew that what was happening was unfair. And that was a real pivotal moment for my family. I mean, there were a lot of things that led up to my family deciding to leave Iran post revolution, but in talking to my parents afterwards, I thought I'd made that memory up. They said, no, that's very real. And that was a real significant moment for our family. My dad, finally was like, I can't do this. I've got 2 daughters and they need a better opportunity than what our country can provide. So that was the start of a long journey. By way of Turkey and Germany and a year in transit, we made it to Sacramento, California. And there was a very tight, insular community of Iranians there. I was the babysitter at the age of 8, by the way, of all of the cousins and neighbors while our parents went out and worked and tried to make it as new immigrants. So that all really shaped my, deep desire to serve the community, to build strong communities, because communities can be resilient and can stand up for what's right and help each other if we're able to create the conditions for them to be a strong community. So that was the start of my journey. Fast forward, I became a slug. Fast forward,
Banana slug meaning UCSC fighting
thank you.
banana slug.
We are the banana slugs. Yeah. That's how I ended up at Santa Cruz. Came here. Like I said, it reminded me of my birth town, my hometown in Iran. And I attended the university here. And then another big moment for me was after I graduated, I moved to San Francisco and I worked in the San Francisco's Tenderloin. And for those of you who aren't familiar with San Francisco or California, it's a place where a lot of unhoused individuals live, and it's a district in San Francisco. There's a lot of poverty, a lot of drug use. So I worked with the formerly unhoused population living um, in supportive housing, and Governor Newsom was then mayor. And I remember thinking, there's only so much I can do in an office. I mean, and that work is important, right? Like the therapy work and the case management work. There's only so much I, as an individual, can do from that in that one-on-one work. I really want to look at systems. I really want to look at policies, and I really want to see again how do we create conditions for people to be able to end up in a better place.